What's up, guys? This is MadSam84 here. I wanted to do a little review on Death Stranding now. I know it's been a couple of months since it's been out, but I finally got round to 100% completing it. Well, when I say 100%, I platinumed the game, and I wanted to give my views on it. So this is just my honest opinion on it. I'm not going to try to give any spoilers or anything. So it's just an honest opinion of what I thought and how I went through with the game. Now, I think I am a massive fan of Hideo Kojima. I love the Metal Gear games, I love the Zone of the Ender games, and some of the other things he's been involved with. So I'm a big fan. So I may come across a bit fanboyish of him, but I'm not too. I'm still quite down to earth when it comes to what I think is good and what I think is basically rubbish. So with this game, it's got a lot of flack in a way. There's a lot of people who liked it, and there's a lot of people who didn't like it. I personally think this is a truly, I wouldn't say a truly great game. It's a really top quality. It is a great game, but it's not top. It's not like your top of the pile type game. It is a beautiful game. Now, like, let's just talk about the graphics. Graphics is, I thought graphically this is probably one of the most stunning visually looking games I've seen when it comes down to just the lighting, the level design, the character design, all the textures on the characters are just amazing, and the the facial capture is unreal. It is truly a wonderful world you've been put in, and you can just walk around and look at parts, and you're like, oh my god, this looks amazing. It does look amazing. And there's a little bits here and there when you see a certain texture and it looks like it kind of it doesn't look that great, but that's with every game. And with a game this is quite a bit of size, and it's got a lot of nooks and crannies where you can kind of traverse. So you're always going to find something. There's always something wrong somewhere in there. So, but graphically, it's absolutely at the top of the one of the games at the top of the pile, in my opinion. Audio wise, I have to say I love the music they got from this for this game from the what is it, the Icelandic band Low Roar, I think it is. Absolutely kind of amazing music which have perfectly uh, gone with the game. And supposedly there's a whole story I read about it, that especially Kojima went to Iceland because I think that must have been where he got the whole kind of like level design and the whole kind of the look of the game in a way. He's from Iceland. I suppose he got into a cab and one of the members from the band were driving the cab and he said, "Oh, come see our show." So he went and went, "Oh, I'm going to put this in the game." And so there's a lot of their music and it's a lot of it really goes with the game, and it's perfectly fitted of when the songs come in and come out. So, and just every other kind of like audio cue, like the vocal performances are pretty amazing in my personal opinion. Again, this is all my opinion. All of that, every bit of audio is truly great. Now, gameplay. So, this is where it gets a little bit funny. I really enjoyed the whole, because basically, if you don't know, it's a delivery game, kind of. Well, it's a delivery game part something else, but in the end, you are just delivering packages from one place to another. That's what it is. I really bought into it and I really enjoyed it, but I can see that it's not much there in a way. It can I can see a lot of people and understand a lot of people went, oh, this is boring. So that bit, I can see why, but you know what? I looked past that. I looked at it as a whole experience. Went, oh, this is just part of me. Because in the end, the film is about connecting people. Not the film, the game. The game is about connecting people and reconnecting the country together. And by you doing these deliveries, you are reconnecting everyone and trying to get everyone to work together for the greater good of the country and of everyone. So, yes, it's probably not the greatest, especially compared to other Kojima games and games of today. A bit, the main kind of gameplay of the game is a little bit kind of like, oh, you just deliver items, but it's how you deliver them. You've got to be smart. If you haven't got a vehicle and you're doing it by foot, you can only have X amount. You can't carry too much because you could walk slowly, or if you have it your items, because you carry them on your back, if they're too high, you move side to side and you can easily damage your goods. Now, other than that, the combat in the game, you know what? I didn't really like the hand-to-hand combat. I found that quite, because there's some enemies which you have to fight. They're called the mules. If you go into the area, they come and they kind of attack you, and basically they try and rob you. And when you start off, you fight them with hand-to-hand, or I found it's better just to try and run away because it's quite pointless. It's when you kind of get when you get actual weapons and you can take them out. That's a little bit more kind of fun, taking out a whole group of them. That's way more fun. And then you've got the BTs. Now, the BTs are really, even till the end of the game, I was still, when I kind of went into an area where there's these BTs. And if you want to find out what a BT is, you'll find out. You can look into it. But God, you really find yourself on edge when you get into that area. It's truly like, oh, it really kind of makes your heart race. It does when you're in that area, and when you get caught, oh, then you have to. Then it's a whole nother thing. It's a whole nother world you have to deal with, and also you have to deal with a thing called timefall, where basically the rain ages everything, your gear, the items you're carrying, everything. It ages it, so it basically kind of will just damage the item, and you have to either get to a destination quite quickly to make a delivery, or repair the item or replace the item quite often. If it's a gear that you're wearing, or if it's weapons, because your weapons, everything will be affected, even the vehicles you get. And vehicles, that's another thing. There's so much to this game, but let's talk about vehicles. Now, the vehicles, I really enjoy the vehicles. Traversing around. There's some bits where I found when you're kind of driving up a hill and you kind of drive into something and you kind of get flipped around and you kind of lose a bit of control. And I found that really annoying in some of the in the mountain. There's an area where you're up in these snowy mountains, and if you're driving along and you can't quite get past an object and you get knocked and you try and go around, you'll slide down, and it's just really, that was the most like annoying part, is when you're traveling with a truck. That's what you can get bikes and you can get trucks, and that's really annoying. And also I find out that some of the boost to be annoying when you're in in a truck and you boost, and it's like when you're going to get stuck and you hit things, when you hit kind of rocks and you're kind of still boosting, it's just kind of a little bit annoying, really. The amount of times I kind of ended up in a ditch with my vehicle and I had to try get out of it because I kind of incorrectly boosted into something, and it fucked my whole direction of where I was driving. It kind of really messed me up. Um, but that's that. It's this. But moving on from all those little gameplay elements, all this type of game, it is like a delivery type of game, but it's also like I found, because I'm about to be a father soon. This game was a bit more of a. It's a bit close to me because you have your main character Sam Porterbridges, played by Norman Reedus, and then you have your little BB, and you know what? This is the first video game where my wife has come and sat and watched me play it and really got into it, because it was, I don't know, it felt like I had a relation that I was having a real relationship with, like I would have with my soon-to-be child. It was very emotional. It was, yeah, and it was quite a beautiful experience that I don't think many people would really appreciate unless you've gone through that, or you are going through the whole thing of about to become a parent. Some people cannot appreciate it and actually go, oh wow, this is actually pretty amazing what he has done, and how they've done BB. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I have to talk about this story is, it's very complex, but it is an amazing story. It's very well crafted, and to really get the most out of the story, you do have to really, because you can, by doing certain things, you unlock interviews, you unlock more information about characters and basically what has happened to the country. And I do advise you reading into that, because it will really open up the world and the whole story of making you understand, and you're like, oh wait, and it makes you kind of understand of like Kojima's like thought process, like wow, there's so much more meaning behind this game and the whole story, that it's actually very well done, and I don't think enough people probably appreciate it. And like, did everyone properly finish this game? That's what I want to know. Did they fully finish the game? Did they complete everything? Did they read everything, and really kind of appreciate all the kind of backstory that kind of went into it? Because I felt like it was great when it kind of, on looking at these and reading some of these interviews, you're like, oh wow. And because like one of my friends, he said, oh, he's got some of these characters in that game have got stupid names. And I thought that at first, that there's a guy called Die Hardman. But as you play through the games and you find out more information about him, you kind of, there's a reason why he has that name. Same with everyone else. There's a reason why they have these names, uh, and it's not like because, oh, I'm just gonna. He's known for giving very strange names to characters, but there is a reason behind these strange names. So when you do play it, and if you do, please really read everything, because you actually will be amazed of what he has kind of come up with his team, the whole stories behind everyone. It is quite amazing. And one thing I got addicted to as well in this game, putting the roads back together. I managed to, before I finished the game, I managed to complete all the roads. I connected the whole one way to the other. I finished all the roads, so you can it was actually, I'm actually quite happy that I was like, all right, I'm going to go and just go get all my materials from the safe houses and all that stuff, and I'm going to go and piece together the roads. And because I've been doing it throughout, and people have been helping me, and that's also, if you didn't know, it's a if you're connected online, you're playing kind of with other players where they're kind of other porters in a way, and if they put a ladder up, if they put a rope here or this or that, that will appear in your game, and that's also with the roads. People put in materials to help put together a road, or if someone's built a road, that will appear in my game. So some people did that, but in my game, I did most of the roads myself. People did help with a little bit of materials, but I kind of finished it up more or less all the roads uh, and put it all together. And I felt like I had really kind of hopefully helped a lot of people maybe in my game where they can go, oh, the roads are done. I can drive this all the way to here, all the way to there, and not have to worry about, oh, my car's battery has died, this and that. But you know what? I'm very glad that I played this game. I think I sunk about at least about 80 hours. I think to get a platinum. Yeah, and that was including me just doing lots of things. I put a lot of zip wires for me to try and get around a bit quicker on certain places. I wanted to put zip wires everywhere where I could do it quickly, but you can't. You can't do that because you lose your chiral bandwidth, and if you don't know what that is, you will find out. Um, but I did as much as I could to help myself and actually help other people, really, because it is about connecting not just the people in the game, but actually the other people who are playing the game, which is quite a wonderful thing. You don't see any game that really does it, where you're not just helping yourself, you're helping other people who play this game. Really, people who come after you, you are helping them. And that is a very wonderful thing, which we don't get enough in today's world. So, you know, I'm not a great reviewer of games. I'm not a great talker of games, but I like games. So I feel like this is a truly special game, a truly truly special game, and it really kind of nailed a lot of things on an emotional, personal level for me. And I can understand why some people probably didn't like it. I can understand. It's definitely not a game for everyone, but I always found that with kind of Kojima games, they weren't for everyone, really, because he's a little bit different. And one of my friends, he's just not a big fan of Kojima. He liked some things, but he just wasn't a fan. And like I am a fan of his work. I do respect him. He is a bit zany with his ideas, but I respect him. And he left Konami and he went and did this, and people. And I always kind of looked at this game when it first started. I was like, all right, I'm bought. It's Kojima. I'm gonna get it. Whether it was going to be any good, I don't know. I didn't really hold high hopes of it being absolutely the best game in the world. Where some people are like, oh my god, this is going to be amazing. And even when I saw that kind of gameplay, it looked like you were just deliver, delivering things where people were a bit like, oh, this is a bit of a kick in the balls. But it's like, surely you could have seen from the gameplay stuff that he did that it kind of did look like that. How you didn't do any sort of research beforehand is, I don't know. You know, sometimes I do a bit of research into games. Sometimes I don't. I'll go with it. If I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. I'll go with it. And this is a game that I'm really happy that I kind of jumped in from day one, and I think it's truly special. And you won't find many games that kind of do this in storytelling in a way, and like of how it kind of really pushes the emotional boundaries really off. Or for me anyway. For other people, they might have just thought it was a load of bollocks, but you know, that's just personal opinion. So, if I was to give this a rating, let's say out of 10, I would give it. It has its issues, I know, but there's a lot of good behind it. I would give it. I'll just give it an 8 out of 10 because I really enjoyed this game. You know, if there was better kind of gameplay mechanics about it, where it just wasn't about delivering this and delivering that, I think this could have been a much better game in a way. But you know, as I said to my friend, he's a bit like, "Well, it looks really boring." I'm like, "You got to remember, he doesn't do many. He hasn't really like he did. Metal Gear 5 was open world, so this is technically really his like second open world game. You know, and ah, it's just so different. You have to really kind of respect it. So I'm going to say 8 out of 10 for me personally. Um, you know, not the greatest, but it's not the worst. But it's a really, very, very decent game in my eyes, and I really, really enjoyed it. So let's just keep it at that. 8 out of 10. If you might like it, you might hate it, but in the end, it's just my honest opinion. It's a real review of someone who's actually played it from beginning to end, platinumed it, and actually kind of really, really enjoyed my experience. So until next time, guys, take care, look after yourself, goodbye.